welcome along and welcome back to Spruce Mountain Farms. Today we are going to be getting finished off on the line. We're actually going to fill this up and then set the helper going off, getting the lime done. Meanwhile, we have a whole field, well, two whole fields in fact, of corn to get planted. We ideally want to get them planted today. Let's open up the cover on this. Yeah, once we get them planted, we can get them rolled. So looking to have that all done by the end of May. The field that needs the lime first, though, is field 8. If we have a look at the pH level, you can see that we've done everywhere, really, except for the grass field and field 7. But field 8 still needs doing, so we're going to set the hired worker on that, as I said. And then you can see at the moment we have just 6 and 5A and 5C planted with cotton. Field 8 is harvested, so we're going to be direct seeding into that. And as we discovered recently on Attingham Park, well, no, in fact, so on Attingham Park, we are going to get a hoe. On here, we're going to do spot spraying to get rid of the weeds when they crop up. So we're all good, really. We are full here of lime, though. So I'm going to get this back up to our farm and we'll get the hired worker started. Thankfully, once we got this field done, we should have no more need for this lime spreader. It's still very squirrely when full with this tractor, and yeah, isn't the greatest of combinations. Which is the best way to set this going on here? I'm not sure. I think like this should cover most of the field. Let's just back it up a little bit. And yeah, as I said, we're going to get the hired worker doing this. Makes sense on here. So set ourselves to 270. It should correct that anyway. Hired worker heading off. It is just about reaching to the edge of the field, which is perfect. And yeah, off it goes. Meanwhile, we're going to get the Steiger started up and connected to the seeder. We need to load up with a load of seed. We're not putting any actual fertilizer on with this. Where is my seeder? Where did I leave that? Oh, over there. There we go. So we're gonna load this up with seed. I think we have some kicking around here somewhere. If not, we might have to do a quick run down to the shop and grab some. But it's yeah, it should do us fairly well for this. Get through this job today, get the field rolled. If not, what we should be able to do is get through and get everything seeded over the next 2 days. And have a roller going through behind us. Just had a quick run around the farm looking for the seed, and we've got a couple of bags of it in here. So let's go get the front loader, and we'll be able to pick up both seed bags with this. So round and into our storage shed. Because yeah, not much more can go in this shed. It's got such narrow doorways that yeah, really not much more. I have discovered, though, well, actually, other people have told me if you delete these sheds, you lose a whole load of stuff like the water pump and things like that. So that's why I've held off doing that. But yeah, they aren't overly useful sheds, especially that one there. There's no repair facility or anything like that in it, which would have been really good rather than the sort of the bare repair facility that's built into the end shed, where there's nothing in there that really marks that as a repair shed. Right, let's open those, get those opened up, and that should then load into there. Is it going to do it? Oh, I was thinking about it then. There we go. So that will load into those. I hope. No? What is... Oh, is that full? That might actually be full. Yeah, it doesn't take many seeds. Right, and we are going to be putting corn into these fields. So let's head down there with the Steiger onto our first one, which is 5B, and get started seeding. So May is actually the latest we can seed corn. Ideally, I'd like to have done it in April, but we had so much to do on these fields to get them ready that it meant we had to delay it a month in order to make sure we could roll and everything as well. We'll turn on our seeder, back it up a little bit because that's not right to the edge of the field. And away we go. And again, we've not got the GPS on this tractor, but we should be able to hold a fairly straight run with it. We're using about 10% a row on the capacity of our seeds, so I'm expecting us to do, as a result, about 10 rows before we got to refill, which is fairly easy maths to do in fairness. And yeah, so that is gonna be maybe half the field if we're lucky. Avoiding these trees is an interesting little bit of maneuvering, but means I don't have to worry too much about headlands. And we want to get back onto the field and lined back up. Really interesting lining things up with an articulated tractor like this from in-cab. I actually grown to really love this type of tractor. You can get yourself very nicely maneuvered in very small spaces with them, which I think is why such big tractors tend to be set up like this quite often. Because, you know, you've got a big piece of machinery, you want to maneuver it on the field well, and you get that extra bit of turning circle and that extra bit of maneuverability if you've got the articulated version. A bit like a four-wheel steer as well. You know, that extra bit of maneuverability on that works for bigger machines where you really need to have tighter circles because of their size. If we can get all of this planted by the end of May and rolled in, I think our progress on here is going to be bang on target. We will be nicely turned around by the end of the year. We should have all the cotton in. We should have all of the corn in. A whole load of new silage created from these fields, and just working really, really well on our whole setup here. It should be a high money making year that should allow us to expand the farm come the end of the year. And as we know, silage is something that we sell off on a regular basis, whereas the cotton we hold on until the end of the year and then sell it off. Because we're well enough established this year, we should end up with a large enough cotton crop to bring in enough to possibly buy a harvester, especially if we get one on second hand. At the moment in the shop, we do have a Krone Big X, but we do not have the nearly, well, over 2,500,000 to buy that, which would be very nice. I'd really like to have that. But that is not going to happen. We'll stay with the John Deere we've got leased to own at the moment. And with any luck, we might be able to afford that by the end of this year. One suggestion that's been made in the comments, which I think is possibly really worth exploring, especially considering the amount of money we've got at the moment, is maybe building our own BGA. Now, we do have the space on the farm. There is field 7, which I was planning to turn into a grass field, which in all honesty, we would possibly be better off putting a BGA setup in there instead. And as we have the Pumps and Hoses DLC, doing it with the modular BGA that comes with that, I think would be a fantastic way to have a play with that. So I think that's what we're going to be looking at maybe at the end of the year, is investing in a bit of a BGA setup. Let's avoid the tree, and maybe then earning money without having to travel all the way to the animal market to sell our silage, which is quite a long trek. And yeah, with that, we would then be in a position where we can make money without having to go very far. And we can use the money from the cotton to do that. And then essentially repay it by what we make through the BGA from the silage. As I suspected, we are about halfway through the field. And we are down to less than 10% of seed. So what I'm going to do is drive our New Holland over here, refill at this edge of the field, rather than driving halfway across it, and then we'll be able to get that done. Also, the John Deere has finished work, so we can head over there, pick that up, maybe return the lime spreader, because I don't think we have another use of it. And I'm not overly looking to at least buy that, so that isn't something we're going to need next year. Right, so let's put that down. I'm just going to turn it off. We will just reverse this up here. Looking down the side of the field, it looks like it might have missed some spots down this side. So let's up the gears there. And bring this and drive it down the side. Let's just have a quick look and see what it's missed. So it's missed nothing on that far side. There are a few patches on this side, so that's fine. What we'll do then is driving this back this way. We will just go and turn that on. Turn it on. There we go. We've got a little bit of lime left, so we're fine for doing this. And that means we'll just make sure that we've got a good coverage all the way along here. It's not a huge amount that it needed applying. Just enough to pop it up to that. Yeah, we're at 6.125 and we're just popping it up to 6.5. So not a huge amount needed to be spread on here. And that's tellable by the fact that we still have 18% of the tank full with lime on here. And there we go. That's got that. Right. Let's fold that up then. I'm just going to unload the lime in the middle of our area here, so we'll unload that there, and that puts 2 bags of lime over there. Disconnect all of this, and then we'll get this returned. So into here, fertilizer spreaders, and return that, because yeah, we have no need of that, and I don't wish to. We've got enough stuff costing us money that we're leasing at the moment, and then we need to give this tractor a quick clean. Because we're going to be getting it out with the rollers in a minute once we've got our seeder restarted. So connect that and do that. A quick wash down. Looking, yeah, covered in white stuff because we drove through it at the end. And always wise to wash our tractors. And then we'll just turn that off. And go and take these down to the field. This should be enough to finish this field. So let's go and open up our seed tanks here. So, oh, on the other end. Like doing it this way. And there we go. And then bring it round. Oh, this tractor needs repairs by the feel of it. Let's just check. Select the tractor. Yep, it's just popped under half. So we'll have to spend some money and repair this tractor as well. First though, empty that out into the seeds. And yeah, and there goes the second one. That's one gone. And that's the second one gone. Are we going to have enough seed to finish this field? I think this takes 1,000 liters. And yeah, I'm not so sure. Let's get all of these closed. Like so. Oh, and then close that. Don't need that open. Oh, we're not 94%. Okay, we should be all right. So I'm going to set this off now with a hired worker. So that can do that. And yeah, we'll take this back up to the farm. And I think we'll get the roller out and start getting this field rolled with the John Deere. So we'll hook up this roller and yeah, this is the rented one or the leased one. In fact, as I said before, most of what we have on the farm is leased. Oh, that's not properly connected up. There we go. So yeah, most of what we have on the farm is leased. My ultimate plan is to get it all purchased and then own all of our own stuff on the farm. What we have is quite a lot of outgoings based on that. I think we spend about 3,000 a month or 6,000 a month maybe even on leased equipment, which is not too bad considering included in that is a forage harvester. And next year we'll also include a cotton harvester, so that both of those are going to be a massive drain on our finances. But we do make enough per year to cover those costs, thankfully. So yeah, it's all good. We also have milk to sell on a regular basis and things like that. So yeah, it's all good. Right, down goes this. Forward, and we've got some nice lines to follow. In fact, in cab, by the looks of it, is going to be a lot easier. Yeah, look at that. Some nice straight lines. And that is going to make rolling this field really easy. If we just knock it down a couple of gears, see if we can get some better traction with this. I mentioned last time that it was quite nice that our plow didn't pull up any massive stones on here. To which several people pointed out to me that it might not be that it's a plow we're using. And so if I have a look quickly here, it's listed as a plow and is a John Deere plow, but it doesn't seem to go as deep into the soil. So it removes that plowing state without maybe doing as deeply as a plow, and that might be why we're getting fewer stones. It might also be the map setup. Oh, squeeze past that tree. Because I've had other maps that have done the same thing. The most notable, I think, is Calmsden Farm, where I can, no matter what I run over my soil, if it's a cultivator or a plow, round field 6, I get really big stones at the edges and small stones in the middle. Sorry, medium stones in the middle, and it's led me to not do any plowing or cultivating and just fully go direct seeding on there. It's better for my whole precision farming setup on that map as well. But it does mean that, yeah, there's no advantage really without precision farming to plowing over cultivating or cultivating over plowing. Because you're always going to get a certain size of stone up. And I'm wondering if that's the case on here, whether plowing or cultivating or doing anything on the land here means that you just end up pulling small stones up all the time instead of large ones. And I'm kind of wondering how that gets configured on a map as well, because I find that really interesting. With the extra width on these rollers, we are slowly catching up to the seeder. My hope is that we'll catch up just towards the end of the field. That way, this field will be completely done today and set up, ready to go. we'll have a little bit of a job to do next time. Oh, really? This tractor already? Wow. The amount of work this tractor's done the last couple of days, it's already in need of... it's already needed repairs, which is quite something. Oh yeah, the only unrealistic thing I am doing at the moment is lifting my rollers as I turn each time. Wait, let's reverse that up because that is not rolling the end of this field. The trouble with using cruise control, you have to disengage it or you do not get your rollers back down. I shouldn't be lifting the rollers anyway, as I'm saying. But I'm just being a little bit neater with the setup here and in trying to catch up with the seeder. Yeah, so we're gonna have this field done today, this which is great. That will mean absolutely we will be set up going into the year on here. Next time will completely be field 8, but my biggest worry and the initial thing I'm definitely going to have to do is get the go and buy some more seeds because we will not have enough seeds in order to do this whole field or the whole of field 8. I think we're barely going to have enough to do this field. So, yeah, we're going to need more seeds at the beginning of next time. That will delay our start a little bit. But we should be able to get a good staggered start, I think, eventually there. Not sure what's happened there. We've got a couple of patches in the field that it looks like our seed has missed. Maybe there were a couple of bumps and things there. But there's 2 of them in the middle of the field there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And we are leaving a couple of bits of stones. I don't know if that's because we've got medium stones or our roller just isn't going far enough across into the previous row. However, got a tree there. Got to avoid those. And yeah, looks like our seeder is is avoiding the trees by finishing early and not doing a full turnaround. So yeah, this is where the hired worker took over for the seeder, and it is it's missing bits, which is kind of what I expected it to do, in fairness. Oh no, our seeder has run out of seeds. That's not good at all. What we're gonna have to do then is, yeah, I'm gonna set this on a hired worker. We're going to jump into this and have a quick run down to the shop. I was hoping to leave this till next time, but it looks like we've got to do it today. So, judging by how many seeds we've used on 5B, I think we're going to want about twice as many for 8. So that is... we've done 4 bags for 5, so we're going to need 8 bags for 8, plus a couple. So I need to buy 10 bags of seeds, I think. We'll head down to the shop now, and hopefully our roller won't catch up with... Oh, lower that weight. Hopefully our roller won't catch up with our seeder before that happens, because... I don't want it to cause an issue. Either way, it'll get blocked by it. So, yeah. We'll head down the shop. We'll go and get this sorted. And we'll get 10 bags of seeds back to the farm. So, down to the shop. Let's pull this up here. And, oh, I think our John Deere is, yeah, is now causing us issues. Let's purchase the seeds. Look at that. Wow. 2 really interesting items in the shop, but neither of which we can afford right now. No, we want big bags, not pallets. So we want seeds, and we want 8 bags first because 8 is the maximum. So buy that. Yes. Okay. And then we want 2 more after that. So buy that. Yes. Okay. And there we go. So we need to get all of these loaded back onto our or onto our trailer, and then that John Deere not working, that is going to cause us all sorts of issues if that refuses to work with a hired worker. Because, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do otherwise. Right, there's a trick to getting these off here. Because we have to drop them from a slightly higher height in order to drop both bags off. Final 2 bags, and up and over. Let's see if we can get them in line with the rest. Yeah, off to a bit of a height. Oh, I keep forgetting I need to switch to the second bag before I drop like that. There we go. Right, those can all be strapped down now. And onto here. Oh. That one there, that one there, that there. Is there another one there? Nope. So that's all good. Let's get this hooked back up, get this back up to the field, and see if in the next few minutes we can get everything finished off. Because, come on, connect up. Oh, I have to lower that weight in order to connect this. And sometimes you have to do that and then reconnect the weight, which is a little bit weird. But we're all done now. Let's get this lot back up to the farm, refill the seeder, and get the last couple of rows done. I think our roller is getting fairly close to our seeder at this point. Yeah, we may have to stop it working. I'm going to pull past it. Yeah, it's basically the next row is the same row as the seed is working. So we need to pull this trailer over here. Undo that. Bring this round. Grab a couple of bags of seed and get them loaded into the seeder. Like that. Undo that and undo the end one as well. Right, and on. So 2,000 litres of seed. That is going to easily be enough to get this going again. And yeah. Oh, we were so close to the end of the field here. But it all just went that tiny bit wrong, as it tends to from time to time on here. And bring this in behind, and as that loads up, that will very quickly fill this, probably before those are all open. Yep. And then we can send it on its way again, like that. Oh, it looks like, oh wow, yeah, you're gonna need refueling before the next field as well. So yeah, gonna be a busy time next time. This time, though, we will get this finished. So I'm going to take this with these 2 bags and run back up to the yard because we are finished with this tractor for today. I'm hoping the roller isn't going to interfere too much with the seeder. And we've just got those headlands in both cases to finish off. We're coming to the end of the field now with the Steiger, and yeah, we were just about 200 litres short, less than 200 litres short of finishing this field. I think it might actually be around 200 litres by the time I've sorted those headlands at the far end, which I'm going to turn around so that we can go back now and sort. I'm going to get the roller running along here, though. So let's just pop out of here. Yeah, I think the roller's probably got a couple of rows to go. And I don't think we'll finish down this end bit here. No. So yeah, that's got a couple of rows to roll. So we'll set that going. And this is going to have to do a headland as well. And we are just going to go and run this up the headland at the far end to finish things off. Yeah, you can see the bit that we need to just finish off up here. It'll be less than a full width of this, but should work fairly well. So turn on, Yeah, definitely less than a full width, so that's good news. And just run this along the edge of the field. I want to be in the field more than at the edge, so I'm not too worried about bits at the edge. This here, though, has finished. Perfect. Right, so now with that done and those headlands finished, we just need to get the John Deere back to the farm with the roller. And yeah, next time we're going to have to do some refilling on this tractor and some servicing on the others. Yeah, because even this tractor is in fairly good nick, this Steiger. I've finished rolling the end of the field with the John Deere here. We're just rolling the newly seeded bit that got missed earlier. I'm just covering our bases here. And that should then mean that we are complete on this job. Yep, we will just double check. So field 5 is all seeded and growing. It's seeded with corn, which is great because if I'd done the whole field with the wrong crop, that would have been really bad. And needs rolling. There's a couple of little bits there, but nothing massive to worry about. We've got more on 5C that still needs rolling, to be honest. So yeah, perfect. We are all done then. Let's lift that and fold it in. We'll pull off onto the road. And yeah, I'm going to get this tractor back up to the farm. But with all of our jobs done for today, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.